Hello. So, today's been a fun one. Audio's down. Hold on. Okay, I think that should be good. Okay. Today's been a really, really wild and crazy one. So I streamed earlier today, and I couldn't tell you. Fuck. Alright, so we got the clone. We also have the water gun and the rogue special. So we have the worst start, except it's also a clone run. So this is going to be 2 of our runs, okay? We're going to do everything in our power. I can't guarantee that we're actually going to make it to the dragon. We're going to do everything in our power. Oh my god, that was such an Obama... The way that Obama fills his silences is, no, it's not, but it's like, he has this long, kind of drawly breath that he takes, and then he finds the next word, opposed to current P-Res, who just keeps going, saying the wrong thing when he realizes he misread something. I don't want to talk about it. I don't talk about it too much. Yeah, we're not getting rid of the clone. We're not doing it. We're fucking doing the clone. We get a clone run, and we're here for 2 hours. But today, Jackie and I went to go hiking. It was packed with people not practicing social distancing. Yesterday, what's today, actually? Is today still the 20th? Okay, so today's the 21st. So 2 days ago, on the 19th of June, Washington State had its single... This is including, but is not limited to... Oh, man. At the height of March, when coronavirus was what everyone was talking about, Washington State had its single largest one-day increase in coronavirus cases yet. No day has come close. We had 629 in one day 2 days ago. Closest day before that, I think, was like 524 or something like that. So that's a day. I know that there are a shitload of people in this state, and that... Oh, fuck, wow, that was scary. And that maybe, 600 people catching this disease is not a ton of the full population of the state of Washington. But you know what it is? It's a fucking spike of an exponential growth curve. It is exactly the same kind of spike you see right before things ramp up dramatically. We don't know what the highest point is going to be, but we have had 3 months of figuring out those numbers to see that, like, this is fucking up there. This is like this is ridiculous. And on the 19th, the morning of the 19th, I got a call from work, or I got a text from work, and they said, hey, we got permission to go into phase 2. We need more employees. Are you ready to get back to business? And I said, like, no, I'm looking at the numbers of all these states reopening, and it's looking pretty grim. And my manager, Leanne, who I worked with, I shouldn't say her name, but who I worked with as a bartender, who started in the same position as I'm currently in, she said, okay, I understand. She didn't press it any further beyond that. And I believe that she's being honest. She didn't say, we understand, the company respects your wishes or anything like that. But I'm getting the feeling that, like, and I think everybody has seen this, everybody the world over has seen this, America has decided that it's done thinking about coronavirus. And by deciding that it's done thinking about coronavirus, it is no longer going to do anything to actually end this disease spreading. Trump is making these, like, kind of semi-joking, but very, very right in line with what he was saying earlier, statements about, like, you know, I told him to just stop the testing. Of course, we're going to see more numbers if we keep testing people. And he makes this, like, weird joke, like, if you see a kid, he's got the sniffles, they test him, and then he's out of there in 5 minutes. Like, and it's like, it doesn't even make any fucking sense what he's saying. Are they testing people and finding out that they're sick, or are they testing people and finding out that the whole thing is a charade? It doesn't matter, because he's saying that, like, if you don't have the information, then you're better off. Oh shit, I smashed that guy between the table. That was really weird. He was vibrating madly. He's saying, like, hide from the facts and then everything will be okay. And that's, like, you know, that's basically science denial all over again. It's not even in a different name. It's not even in a different form. It's just the same straight up science denial, where you just go, oh, well, you know, if you just don't look at the data, then you're good. Oh no, that sucked. I did that to myself 100%. And that's insane to me. President of the quote-unquote greatest country in the free world is just saying, like, close your eyes and close and shut your eyes and we'll be all right. Let's not. Best way to beat this is to pretend it doesn't exist. That's nuts. That's nuts and dumb as fuck. Well, anyway, so we went to Snoqualmie Falls, which, not really like a cool place or anything like that, but I mean, maybe it's a good hiking place. I haven't been there hiking, but we went there and everybody was unprotected. Most people. We saw a family of like 3 or 4, and they were all wearing masks and stuff. And that's what we saw right after we got out of the car. And I was like, okay, this is gonna be all right. And then it was just like more and more people and fewer, you know, masks, fewer people taking it seriously. Basically, it looked like it was Father's Day today, so it wasn't. It wasn't surprising that people were out doing stuff. It was surprising that, I mean, maybe not even surprising, but it was upsetting that people were out doing stuff as if the world were back to regular. And, like, the fact that I got called and asked to go back into work has said that, like, it has shown that the owners of the place where I work are just, they're done with it, you know? They're done with giving a shit if their employees, it's not just them, it's the whole county. I'm not, this is not me shooting my own self in the foot by saying my job doesn't, it's not particularly the owners of the place that I work, it's the owners of businesses in general are done with worrying about us as a country getting out of this thing. Like, I think that the human mind can only, it's like exercising. It's like, you know, the New Year's resolution bunch that comes in every year at a gym, and then they put in their 2 weeks, they put in their half month, they put in their month, they put in however much amount of time, and they don't see those results, and they're like, well, there's no way that anything different could have been done. So we might as well just accept this as the new normal. And it's like, it's frustrating because like nothing is normal if you half-ass it. Nothing is going to fix and go back to regular if you do such a half-assed shit job. Oh man. If you still have people trying to scrounge, if you do everything to not benefit small businesses, if you just dump into I don't know, into big businesses without any oversight, and you just like fucking, you keep the same shit going, of course the same shit's gonna happen, and the disease is never going to stop. So anyway, that happened, and then after we got back, oh yeah, that's when I recorded. Okay, I recorded that Gungeon, and then after that Gungeon, after I got everything going, the new CPU arrived for my computer, and I installed it, and I was very screamingly careful, you know, like so nervous about everything, following every step. The CPU was kind of an easy install. I think I might have put it in like facing the wrong way the first time. I'm not sure. I'm actually like, think it's highly likely that I didn't do that wrong, but I'm wanting to find something that I could have fucked up. Because when I turned it on, everything powered up on the computer. My controller just kind of flashed. It has a little light bar, and it usually goes to like a rainbow color, and you can set your RGB, but it defaults to like this this kind of rainbow pattern on it. But it wasn't doing that. It was just doing the orange, like, hey, you're still kind of it's recognizing it, but it's not booting, basically. Screens were all dark. It wasn't even saying like, it wasn't like a black screen. It was like nothing connected screen, you know? And so I freaked out. So I undid the cooler. I got back on the CPU. I seated it. I pulled up like an image of what direction the CPU should face on my particular motherboard on the website, and you know, I redid it, same thing. Took it out one more time, had Jackie hold a flashlight over everything to make sure I was doing it absolutely perfectly. Still nothing. And then I looked it up, and apparently, and this is something that they don't tell you anywhere. It doesn't say this on in the box for the new CPU or anything like that. When you get a new CPU, it's pretty necessary for you to upgrade your BIOS driver, BIOS, a term that I understand but that I don't actually know what the acronym stands for. Something operating system, right? Built in, maybe. But, you know, you do that, and then fucking... Damn, I wish I had saved that ammo for after this room so I could just use the pillow. I always forget that the way that works is you just go up and touch them with it. That's how you get the stun. Learned that from Squatchula. But, so here's what I did, and this was really, again, screamingly dumb. I then... okay, so I got a flash drive. I had one already plugged into Jackie's computer. Put my old CPU in. Didn't reconnect the fan because I just wanted to, you know, the new cooler that I got. The old one I wasn't about to reconnect because there's all these fucking. I had to put a backer on my motherboard in order to install this new fan. Come in. And to install this new cooler and the new fans and stuff. And, hold on, let me just finish telling the story real quick. And that, it was a real pain in the ass, so I just put the new CPU, or the old CPU in, and turned it on, downloaded the driver, put it onto the flash drive, reset the computer, went to update the BIOS with the new drivers, and the entire time it was on, it was showing my CPU ranging between 99 and 100 degrees Celsius, which I don't believe it was just at 99 or 100 degrees Celsius. I believe that that's where the numbers capped out. It was saying 212 degrees Fahrenheit, and it just wouldn't move anymore because that's water boiling temperature. That's when everything stops working. And I was just like, oh fucking shit. But there's all these warnings on it saying like, you can't turn this off right now or else you'll basically lose everything. Okay, what's up, Jackie?
Oh, I was just watching that Killer Mike show.
Mm-hmm.
And so the first episode, like the thing he's doing is supporting only black-owned businesses. But like more than that, like only black-owned or black farmed produce,
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. And he didn't eat basically for a really long time, and ended up going to like a black woman's community farm, and like she fed him, and they counted down to you know when he had to stop at like a show, and he just like takes a big hit of weed because he couldn't smoke. He couldn't smoke weed during that because all the weed farms were white owned. He looked so happy. Just like the happiest I've ever seen anyone.
That's funny.
It was cute. Also, like, crazy how few black-owned businesses there are and farms and stuff.
Yeah, it's a real weird world that we live in where a small group of people own most of things. Yeah, anyway, that's a good show. Killer Mike is a very good person doing a lot for black community, especially in Atlanta. Back to what I was saying. So my computer, my CPU, my old one, was essentially running. Wow, what's up?
Stepped on my foot, funny.
You stepped on your own foot?
No, you know what I mean. I put it down and it was weird. You know.
I didn't really understand what you were saying there, but okay. But anyway, yeah, so it's basically like the computer's like melting in front of me. And I'm just like, oh my fucking Christ. I'm so scared. And you know, when it's done, what it's supposed to do is shut down and then like instantly restart. Like it's supposed to just go back to the beginning. Almost forgot to get the scrambler, damn. We're not going to the wrap. Let's go get this and then we're out. But yeah, what it did was it turned off and then started to rev back up and didn't turn back on. And I can't tell you just how much fear I had because I don't think fear is like quantifiable in numbers yet. There hasn't been like a great system of quantifying fear as far as I know. Maybe it's like that pain gauge with the smiley faces or whatever. But basically, I assumed that I melted my CPU and it melted the. Come on, guys. It fried the motherboard somehow, and then I was gonna be completely out of everything for a little bit, or for good. Working with a computer is a lot of fun, and it's honestly very, very rewarding. But oh my god, it's so constantly terrifying. It's so, you're just thinking like, every time I touch it, it's like, did I ruin my whole thing? Did all the stuff that I've been working on and putting together did it just get kicked out of the window all at once because I trust myself too much or something, like, you know, like, because I think that I can fix this thing that people go to school to learn how to fix. Oh boy, that was a little scary. So I did that, and I didn't even try to run it again with the old CPU. I just fucking took it out, and I put on the new one, put the cooler on, put the fans on, got it going, and then it turned on, screen stayed black, and I was just like, fuck. And then I waited, and I started to see the rainbow color. Oh my god. The rainbow colors on my, Dude, I don't want to have to fight a mini-boss. This. I want this to be the full dub. Rainbow colors on my freaking mechanical keyboard, and I was like, oh shit. And then it flickered on for a second, got the little loading bar, and then it went black again. Like, so then I waited a solid 5 minutes before I touched anything, and then went and turned it on, or hard, you know, held the power button to turn it off, and then went back to it eventually, turned it on, and it booted. And it's running fine, and everything's as great as it could possibly be. But man, this shit is a nightmare. Like, everything about building your own PC fucking sucks. Except for the end results. Even then, it's still like constant troubleshooting. Like, streaming is like, you know, taxing on the system, so that's why I got the thing, and it's still, I didn't like revolutionize everything. I mean, if I ran this at 1440, whoa, Jesus Christ, instead of ultra wide, I could probably, oh, I have 3 blanks, I really should have used one of those. If I ran everything even at full 1440, I think I could stream it okay, but it's taxing once you put in the it's basically like, oh man, that sucked. I'm asking too much of a system to process and render. Everybody stop. God. Please, soon. Give me the fucking room. Like, so low on ammo, but I don't... Okay. Ugh. Ugh. I feel like I couldn't stop using those two. I couldn't change anything. Did I already find it here? There's only 18 cents. We're not going to be able to afford that, damn. And put us at 72, 71, yeah. Boss is not going to give us 12 cents. It's just not how she goes. Motherfucker. This is actually one of the worst bosses to use the Scrambler on, because, well, it's just one of the worst bosses. It's not worse than any other boss to the Scrambler. Just this boss is a pain in every fucking way, and I hate it. Piercing ammo is really your best bet for this guy. Please just get him. There we go. Woo! Really, really shy on ammo. Okay. I know I just said I'm really shy on ammo, but I know I know what I'm doing here. I think I know what I'm doing here. We got 4 cents from that boss. Gold coin. Nope. Well, shit. Man, if we could sell stuff, that'd be fucking cool. Alright, so ammo doesn't matter for this gun, which is great because we are going to have to rely on it pretty heavily for a little while. But we still don't have anything to take on the old king yet. Hard purse doesn't help. 75 is not 83. 75 is 69 though. Nice. I completely forgot about the discount from the iron coin, which we had at last run, which is fucking weird. Iron coin? I don't know what it's called. But anyway, computer started working. I apparently every time I do anything with my computer, it's going to really, really screw up my sound. Like I'm gonna have to get in and screw around with my sound. I think I have to go into like device settings and then find all my sound cards or whatever sound input, whatever, and then I basically, once I've done that, then I can start unplugging all my monitors, display ports, and plugging them back in and eventually getting it to work. Like it's just a stupid process that happened with the graphics cards and it happened with this. I think maybe just every time I unplug my display ports. Pillow. Okay, good work. I wonder how many people know someone that says pillow instead of pillow. Yeah, I got everything working and it's running smooth and it's still like, you know, there's still some things like I can't run I can't run games at full graphics with uncapped frame rate and with the stream going. It's just, oh wow, it's not gonna do anything. It's just too much. If I wanted to do that, I would basically have to use a second PC, and then I think I would my frames would be capped at 60 because I would have to go through HDMI or something like that. I don't know. Oh man, that's a lot of curse in one place. Just let the poison handle all the terrestrial enemies. Maybe fire on that one. Nope. And then these spectral ghoulmen get face shot with the shotgun. 3.5 curse. What color is it? Green. Yeah, we're getting it. That was dumb. Could have just kind of waited that one out a little bit. I don't think enemies take any damage from anything when they're dodge rolling. Like, I think dots stop ticking. I don't know if that's true for, well, it kind of is true for player characters too, because that's how you get most of the dots to turn off. So maybe that's why. Maybe that's indeed, in fact, exactly why. Do doodly do do dee do. But what was I talking about? Oh yeah, I was talking about the computer, got it working. Hip hip hooray. And I was also talking about the something else. Always for the wrong guy first. Phase. I was talking about America's disappointing and disheartening dismissal of science. This pandemic being treated as if it's a thing where if you just show enough patience, you're good. You don't have to. We don't have to actually cure the thing. We just have to normalize it. Like that. I think that's the whole point. That's the. That's the point of, oh man, of how the Trump campaign is. They're politicizing this thing, and then they're letting people argue over it as if there's anything to fucking argue, you know? Like, that's something that his crew is really good at doing, just being like, this is a political issue, you guys duke it out, we're done here. And it's like, it's so insane that people are still falling for his fucking shenanigans. So we have no curse, right? I will say that was worth it. 3.5 for a fucking... Yeah, that's worth it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. For starting every floor with 4 blanks. Oh, yeah. No FOK on this first run of the clone saga. Whoa. You doodaloo. I don't know. It's like stunning to see how many times the United States can embarrass itself on an international level in 1 year. You know, like, it's crazy that the U.S. is like still the center of so much international dialogue with all the shit that's going on. People aren't just like, hey, guess what? Turns out United States is a garbage place and only idiots would live there. Like, how are they not tired of us, like, embarrassing ourselves to such a huge degree? Why were they both guns? Weird. I know that there's a way to make that one work, but fucking come on. You know me. You know I'm not gonna... I know that you can, like, make the enemies shoot or whatever, but it's like, come on, let's just get out of here. We got a lot of road ahead of us on this run. I need something else I can just burn through. There we go. Like, why is it just because the United States has kind of been the unofficial, like, I don't know, like, it's not the spokesman for the rest of the world, it's just like the sign of the good and the bad of the planet. Like, it kind of is such a gigantic melting pot that it's like, it's just a place where people want to, they want to have everything going all right, because if the United States is doing all right, it's kind of like A while back, here's the best way I can compare it to anything else, and it's stupid. A while back, I think it was Phil Spencer or somebody said that, like, when Nintendo does well, Phil Spencer, the head of Xbox United States or whatever, he basically said when Nintendo does well, everybody else does well. All video game companies do well. And it feels like, you know, Nintendo's had some abysmal failures like the Wii U and the Virtual Boy and maybe like a handful of other ones. But most of the time, Nintendo is video games. And I know that that sounds like really, really stupid for someone who has put a shitload of money into a PC to say. But just in kind of a general, like, this is what people think of first and foremost. People use Nintendo like a, oh man, what's Synecdoche? I don't think that's the right word, but you get what I'm going at when I say Synecdoche. I believe this is not these aren't the two that I want to use. But you know, like tissue means, or tissue is used to stand in for all, or Kleenex is used to stand in for all tissue, that kind of shit. Like, oh, what the fuck is the phrase? I used to know it. Oh man, that sucked. Oh, you punk shit. Probably won't have to shoot anymore. Let that guy bounce around a bit. Oh, wait. He's still bouncing. SA is not bad. SA can be a fun room clearer and a fun buskler. A fun buskler. So far this run sucks mad dog. Mad dong, excuse me. In terms of the things that we didn't start the run off with. Ooh, 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 ooh. What's the fucking term for when the brand represents the product? I don't know. I don't know. It's not there. Not that one. Well, anyway, you know what I'm saying. Nintendo, regardless, I think that's the reason that like K-pop musicians are putting such a huge, taking such a huge part in the whole dialogue, the whole discussion. They're showing their support why BTS is donating like fucking crazy amounts of money towards the US, because they know that the US is better, South Korea does better. And it's like not necessarily that they're fervent or whatever America heads or whatever, but it's so mutually exclusive that, like, why wouldn't you? It's part of the world's zeitgeist to give a shit about the United States in a way that really gets to our fucking heads. Like, it really does, and it sucks because people kind of think that that means that the United States is just unquestionably greatest, you know? Like, that's why this whole America #1 persists while the United States flounders in like education and, you know, life expectancy and happiness and anything except for the wealth of a handful of people. I guess entertainment. Our entertainment figures are good. Most blockbuster movies of any nation. But you know, it's like, it's embarrassing for us to keep being like, hey, thanks for your concern, rest of the entire planet, but you know, we're not going to take care of ourselves now. We're gonna let 120,000 people die, and we're still gonna try to politicize wearing a fucking mask. Where could it be? Here? Our president is gonna hold rallies in which he jokingly, seriously says, like, stop testing, and then the numbers won't go up. That's what we're gonna do with your gracious concern and consideration. We're gonna shit all over it. It's like, it's just, none of what I'm saying is like, I don't know, like an exaggeration either. We're disrespectful to the concern that the rest of the world has. We still won't give healthcare to ourselves. We still won't do ourselves. Like, oh fuck. Excuse me. Still won't give healthcare to ourselves. We still have crazy amounts of police brutality and cops quitting like fucking mad because they won't get qualified immunity. Basically saying they should be allowed to get away with murder, or else they're not going to do their jobs. Like, we're saying that, like, you know, we're not going to stand for anybody claiming that racism ever existed. We're just such a fucking sloppy, weird punchline, you know? The point that, like, it feels disrespectful to the rest of the world. To, like, I mean, coronavirus isn't only our problem. And I don't think that, like, anybody is going to accept American visitors. Oh god, that was so terrible. I can't believe I got hit there. For a very long time. And you know why? Because they're smarter than we are. They know. Oh my god, I got hit again by those guys. So those are the. Did I take a full heart's damage from that? What went on there? What was happening? It's time to stop using. It's time to stop using that. What? That's not the gun I meant to use, I don't think. Dude, what the fuck is up with me right now? This is some bad business. This is me getting punished for talking shit on America. Right? But it's just, it's like, no. Music's still going, but the game is frozen as hell. We're gonna try it again. We're gonna see if we can recover, but it's just a clone run. Dude. I'm getting the blue circle of... Oh, you can't see it, but the whole thing just... Screen is like gray. Okay, so... Let's try it again. Let's see if we can jump back into it. If not, that's another busted video. That, like, it's like not even loading. EtG.exe is not responding. It's on the... Can I just show it? It's the screen up in the top right. Wait for the program to respond. So I'm going to try one last time to see if it pops up, because sometimes, rarely, not much anymore, it'll hold your save state. Dude, the game won't even run. Wow. So what I'm gonna have to do, and I'm gonna leave this going. Well, I'm gonna try to figure this out, but the game crashed, and I mean, I guess this video is going up. What's up, John?